It's common practice when you're creating a panel enclosure drawing to utilize terminal strips. Now what you would do is you'd put your terminal footprint into your panel enclosure, and each of the connections on those terminals then links back to your schematic drawing, your terminal connectors on your schematic drawing, to show where those wires and those connectors come into the panel from the components in the schematic. I know that sounds a bit wordy, but basically you create a schematic to show the wiring and the components. You then put the terminal strip in the panel to show where those connections from those components come into the panel enclosure. Let's look at that now by first of all adding our active drawing to the project. Let's apply the project default values and again get into that good habit of doing that every time. We now need to go to the panel tab on the ribbon and to the terminal footprints panel here. We go to editor, it'll automatically ask to save the drawing and you say OK to that. The reason being is it's updating any information. Now you'll notice there are 6 components that come into our terminal strip. So what I do is I select the strip, click on edit, and there's all the information there. So you can see there's our push button there, for example. If I scroll down, there's other information and other wires linking to that. But there's different pins, different wires, and I'm not going to go into too much detail there. What would happen is you're linking left and right to the terminal strip. You can see that, for example, on the left, I've got PB01 there, and then coming out here, I've got PB01 as well. So it's an in and an out across the terminal strip. Catalog code assignment, I can specify a manufacturer and a catalog number or specification there, and obviously make sure that goes to the bill of materials. Cable information, that's where it's coming through. There's the number there, jumper and jumper, because it jumps across. Obviously, because what we're doing here is we're going from one connection to another. And then there's the layout preview. Now what you can see here are my 6 connectors going across my terminal strip there. Now I'm not going to go into too much detail here. I'm going to show a graphical terminal strip. Total terminals is 6, overall distance 1.5 between each, and you can see the default list for the annotation format there. So I can have wire number only, and so on and so forth. You can see the annotation format changing underneath. The scale is 1, it's 1:1, because I'm using JIC Imperial. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on Insert, and there's my terminal strip there. I'll zoom in a bit so we can see what we're doing. So I would then place this inside my panel enclosure like that, click on OK, click on Done, and there we are. So it's showing there wires and wires. I haven't changed any of those descriptions, but what you would do, you'd edit those and edit the information in the terminal strip editor. So that's how you use your terminal strips within your panel enclosure.